Now, last Wednesday, the cabinet, in an act of mercy and compassion, let me make it abundantly clear that my cabinet is a compassionate cabinet. My government is a compassionate government, and it always be a compassionate government because at the end of the day, we are people centered, and we know that we always have to act in the best interest of the people, even in the best interest of the ignorant. So we took a decision to adjust our vaccination mandates. So, for example, those that apply to workers, we took a decision that as of December 1st, 2021, that those unvaccinated persons who operate in workspaces or departments or institutions that have achieved herd immunity, that is at least 80% vaccinations, that they could return to work from December 1st, 2021, because we wanted to earn some money for Christmas. We want nobody to go into Christmas hungry. And the reality is, a number of them would have paid the price already, been home for about 2 months without pay. And whereas the mandates were a call to duty and designed to increase the rate of vaccination so that we can achieve herd immunity as soon as possible, they were not designed to create any sustaining hardships to anyone. And if we were to, let's say, continue those measures for an extended period, then they'll become counterproductive, because having people out of work for an extended period of time and they're still not vaccinated, then there's no value in that. So, as a government and a responsive government, and this is perhaps where the wisdom comes into play, we had to time the implementation of the mandates, and we equally had to recognize when the time had come to adjust the mandates. And even though we have not ended them, at some point the mandates will come to an end. And that is where the discretion will come in from time to time. And that is where the people of Antigua and Barbuda will see and feel the compassion of the government, and certainly the wisdom of the government to bring these issues to an end or to adjust accordingly. So again, those unvaccinated workers, they can return from December 1st, 2021 with the proviso that the department, the institution, or the workplace in which they operate would have achieved herd immunity. That is, at least 80% of the staff would have been vaccinated. And in addition, they are required to test at least twice monthly. Now, as I said before, the salient thinking behind this decision was to ensure that people can go back to work. For instance, public sector workers, they work from January 1st to January 15th. When we pay them on January 15th, we want to make sure, or when we pay public sector workers on January 15th, we want to make sure that everyone has a check going into Christmas. We want every single person, every family to enjoy a good Christmas. We want to go into 2022 as a harmonious nation with all hands on deck in order to facilitate a strong recovery. In fact, we will be declaring 2022 as a year of revival. And when I say revival, it's about, literally recovering the fortunes of our country as we seek to restore strong economic growth and sustain improvement in the living standards of our people. I mean, many individuals would have seen a degradation in their living standards, and we want to make sure we reverse that as quickly as possible, because ultimately our role as a government is to make sure that we continue to improve the living standards of the people. Now, through no fault of theirs or any fault of the government, COVID would have decimated our economy, put a number of them out of work. And we want to be in a position to have a vibrant economy next year and to put them back to work. And in order to grow the country's economy, we need the contribution of every person. So if you're going to have 20% of the workforce, languishing, it will impact on productivity. And remember, we made a determination from long ago that we're not going into 2022 limping. We intend to restore strong growth and development within this country, and we need every hand to the plow. And that is why we had to flex and to allow for these individuals to return with the understanding that they get tested at least twice monthly.
This is Antigua breaking news.